Ajanta caves are world famous for its murals and are the finest surviving examples of Indian art, particularly painting. The caves are situated at a distance of 107 kilometers from Aurangabad, Maharashtra, and attained the name from a nearby village named Ajanta, located about 12 kilometers. There are 30 caves excavated between 2nd century BC and 6th century AD by the Buddhist monks in a horseshoe shaped bend of rock surface overlooking a narrow stream known as Vagora. With the decline of Buddhism in India, the place was abandoned, and for 1,000 years Ajanta lay buried in the jungle clad slopes of Western Mountain. In 1819, it was discovered by accident by a British Army officer, Mr. John Smith, during a hunting expedition, and instantly Ajanta became famous. The location of this valley provided a calm and serene environment for the Buddhist monks who retreated at these secluded places during the rainy seasons. This retreat also provided them with enough time for furthering their religious pursuits through intellectual discourses for a considerably longer period. The caves were used as chaitya grihas, a prayer hall, and viharas or monasteries. Originally, the viharas were decorated with beautiful murals and stone carvings, practically covering every inch of the walls and ceilings. The object of worship is a stupa here, and the caves exhibit the imitation of wooden construction to the extent that the rafters and the beams are also sculpted even though they are non-functional. The main theme of the painting is the depiction of various Jataka stories, different incidents associated with the life of Buddha and the contemporary events and social life also. The ceiling decoration invariably consists of decorative patterns, geometrical as well as floral. The paintings were executed after elaborate preparation of the rock surface using multiple layers of clay, cow dung, and rice husk thoroughly pressed. A fine coat of lime was sprayed to make the surface smooth. The outlines were drawn with brush and color applied. Naturally available colors such as yellow earth, red clay, green rock, brick dust, lamp black, copper oxide, etc. were used. The chief binding material used was glue. Other brushes were used to fill in color until the picture bloomed. These unforgettable murals are also among the greatest treasures of Indian heritage. Cave number 26, Mahaparinirvana of Buddha. His disciple Ananda sitting at his feet. The artists used to make grooves on the cave floor to be used as color palettes. Ellora caves are 28 kilometers from Aurangabad. The cave temples of Ellora are the product of three religious systems, Buddhism, Brahmanism and Jainism, containing elaborate carvings of gods and goddesses, and remarkable memories of the three great faiths they represent. The Buddhists were the first to start excavation of the caves between 450 to 700 AD, followed by the Brahminical faith from around 650 to 900 AD. The followers of the Jainism were the last to arrive at Ellora during 11th and 12th centuries AD. The culmination of rock cut architecture is undoubtedly the magnificent Kailash, cave number 16, which is the largest cave excavation in India and probably in the entire world. This marks departure from all earlier conventions in which a huge mass of rock was made free of the parent rock formation and then it was sculpted and carved into a huge temple. Kailash was excavated under the King Krishna I, 756 to 783 AD, the Rashtrakuta monarch. The main body of the temple is a huge parallelogram with the principal shrine excavated at the first floor level. The massive plinth, which is nearly 8 meters in height, is heavily molded with a central fringe occupied by a boldly carved elephants, lions, and mythical animals. Episodes from the Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Lord Krishna's life are also sculpted on the walls of the plinth, giving a running account of the great epics. Cave number 30 is an unfinished excavation by the Jainas, resembling the Great Kailash and hence known as Small Kailash. Ajanta and Ellora, lyrics in stone as they are called, have gained international renown and redesignated as World Heritage Sites in 1983.